What's good, everybody? It's your boy Jellybean Killer here. Appreciate you guys coming through. Peace. Hope you guys are having a good day today. I just came in this game and I figured I would come in. I just wanted to do a quick run, see if I could get some scrap. But I ended up doing a raid this match. I started off in my base, just looking through my gear, seeing what my plan was going to be today. As you guys can see, I made a lot of upgrades to the base. I got it armored out now in the interior, and I also added a lot of other compartments, so to speak. It started off in a 1x1, and you guys will see as I'm walking out what it looks like. But I'm really proud of how far I've come. I've been able to have my base kind of tucked into the side of this map. The server's been pretty active, so the fact that I haven't gotten raided after this many days, I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty lucky. But yeah, let's get into it. I appreciate you guys coming through, man. So far I've been able to add this little I forgot what they call that, where the doors fold into each other, but I have a shotgun trap right above that room that I'm walking in. Right there, that little triangle compartment, that's my little toolbox area right there that I'm passing. Then I have a shotgun trap, as you can see right here. I'm still trying to figure out how to do this jump consistently, but got a shotgun trap there, and I got a shotgun trap going through the top area as well to get through my front door on the roof. And as you guys can see, I've even added a rooftop because this little roof is directly over my most important part of my my base that has all my good loot in it. So I figured I'd add a stone roof, and then when they break the stone roof, if I get raided, then they have to deal with a fully armored compartment. So the best I could do so far, as you can see, I have a lot of cover with all the trees that I'm in right now. I did have a big clan that base right next to me, not on the sides where I'm looking here, but like in the interior a little bit more. I'm going to show you guys here pretty soon. And this was the clan right here. It wasn't a super big clan. The most people I've seen running around this area, like all going in this building, was about 5 people. That was the most I've ever seen, where I was online and trying to, you know, every time I've encountered them, I've always been coming from like the north side of where I'm looking right now, so they never knew that I was actually right behind them. So this was my second encounter with the group. The first encounter, I actually had a nice 2v1 with my rifle. The guys, it wasn't the same 2 guys, it was 2 different guys, but these were the guys I was talking about, the group that was going through the buildings. Took out a guy with a pistol right there completely. That's how you know I'm still learning. I forgot that they dropped their gun. Didn't even pick up the guy's gun. Completely forgot to pick up his gun. But here comes his partner running over to help. I don't know how I almost died right here. He hit me so many times. I guess my whole body was peeking instead of my head. But basically, I'm playing this fight like I would any other FPS. Get high ground, try to get little head glitches, and you know, go from there. So I had a successful encounter, but the first guy I killed ran up on me with a freaking, that's how I knew they were in that base, because he came back so freaking fast. It was the same guy that I killed the first time with the pistol. So I grabbed another MP, that's 1 MP5 down. I grabbed another MP5, ran back again to see if I could get my stuff back. And this is what I was talking about. I'm not gonna lie, I lost a lot of guns in this little back and forth right here. But I ended up getting back into a little bit of action here because they were fighting another guy. I don't know if they were fighting another group. What? You see the guy behind me? I didn't even hear him. It just comes from behind me with a freaking rock. I'm like, bruh, it is going down over here. I didn't get this guy. The guy behind me kind of distracted me a little bit, but I ended up getting back on top of this rock to see if I can get another high ground peak right here. Checking some loot and whatnot. I don't see the guy, and then I see him again, and I see the trees are kind of making it pretty hard to get a couple hits on him. Don't think I downed him though. And then once again, I get in a little engagement right here. I'm thinking I got good high ground once again. Put them down again, but I know there's a lot of people in the area, and I know they're coming from that base. They're just pouring out, literally just pouring out. So I'm trying to play super careful right here. But these were the type of excursions I was having back and forth with this little group. But the entire time, they never knew that I was right behind them. I don't think they either weren't paying attention to my name, or know what I'm saying? They just weren't paying attention to the direction I was coming from or what. Right here I messed up. I should have stayed behind that rock, behind cover. I ended up panicking and running. As you see with my next couple fights, I do that repeatedly. And after watching these clips and going through it, I learned my lesson. Try to sneak up on them again with the Thompson. I think this is the group they might have been encountering and fighting when I heard the shooting. There's 2 more guys with this Thompson, and then they somehow, while I'm crouch walking up to try to sneak on them, once again I run away from behind the rock for cover, and I get sniped in the back again. I don't give up that easily though. I go back with a pump. I'm down 2 MP5s and a Thompson now. Go back with my pump, which is really my last decent gun, because I'm just like, YOLO, it's so many people out here. If I could just kill one person, and I go down again. But I ended up getting to the safe zone with my bow, just so I could hang around, listen to the shots and see if I could pick up on anything. And I ran into this little group. I don't think this was the group. They might have been fighting this group. I wasn't sure, but they seemed like these weren't the guys from earlier. But I literally waited for them to hop out the safe zone, and I was like, you know what? I gotta get a little get back. I just took it out on this group right here. As you can see, this one guy, he completely stops moving, and I headshot his ass. Other guy, he's attentive. He's paying attention. So we have a little 1v1. The jumping, I've noticed, I stopped doing that because it's a lot easier for me to hit my shots when they land on the way down with my arrow. And then the last guy right here, he doesn't even have any bows. He's just jumping around. I'm like, you know, I try to hit him once. I miss. He runs around. I can hear him, so I'm comfortable getting the loot right here that he doesn't sneak up on me. I hear him running behind me. I pretend like I'm leaving, and then I turn around while he's going for the stuff, and I go back in to finish him off. He jumps up and down. I'm pretty sure he sees me, but I know it's something good there because he keeps trying to go for the loot. So I hit him once, thought I hit him again, and on the way to the safe zone, I'm able to snipe him right in the butt cheek on the way to the zone. But yeah, that was one of many of my little encounters, one of the few that I actually recorded. And as you can see, I got a chainsaw off of that. So all in all, was it worth it? You can be the judge of that, all the guns I lost. But yeah, that was one of the many encounters I had with this group. And every time they, chase me, they did kill me a couple times. It's always been far away from my base. I always make sure I never run to my base. If I'm being chased by them, I always run the opposite direction away from my base. I don't want them knowing that I'm literally right behind them. As you can see, like I told you guys, the trees that I have, they give me cover, and they're like the perfect cover, because it's like my base blends in with the mountain, and then the trees cover the front where the metal is on my base, so you can't, it's like the brown from the metal blends in with the trees. But right here I was just making a little scrap run. I had a couple, I think it's called tech trash. I think I had 11 of them, and I remember the last time I had scrapped these, it gave me a lot of scrap, so I was just making a little scrap run. I was going to do some upgrading on my workbench too, and then while I was doing my recycling, that's when I thought about the little raid that I wanted to do. Now, let me give you guys a little bit of context. The raid that I'm doing, the reason why I'm raiding it, because he's my neighbor, but he's literally right in between the satellite and my little safe route that I like to take when I go over to airfield. So the problem was, this man, not only did he base right next to satellite and airfield, like in between my little routes that I take to go do those runs, but on top of that, he's actually pretty decent. I've only encountered him once, and I barely killed him. I barely got away with my life. And then the next time I think encountered him, he caught me outside with no guns on me. I was farming, because every time I go outside and farm, I do not, I make sure I don't have any guns or anything like that on me, because people just sneak up on you, shoot you in the back, all that good stuff. So he caught me slacking outside getting some stone nodes. So after that happened, I was like, okay, gotta get rid of this guy. He's getting on my nerves. He's literally, like I said, messing up my route, and on top of that, he put his base like right next to like 4 or 5 stone nodes, a couple sulfur nodes, and then one metal node that was literally right around the circumference of his base. His base wasn't very big, so right when I was on my way back to do my workbench, that's when I was thinking, you know what, I need to raid this guy, because I wasn't sure if he was online or not, but if he wasn't, I figured it would be a good time to raid him. He had a metal door on the front. It was my first raid attempt, so I was super nervous, super sweaty, and when I tell you guys, I made 8 satchels, and I literally killed myself trying to blow off his metal door. I was panicking. I threw 2, and I thought I heard somebody running up behind me, so I turned the corner and pulled my gun out, and one of the satchels blew up on me while I was turning the corner because I wasn't, comfortable with how long they take to blow up. So I literally killed myself. Turns out nobody was around the corner. That's how paranoid I was when I was doing this, my first raid attempt. But yeah, I ended up killing myself, but I did blow the metal door off. And then I saw a wooden door, so my plan was to just get a couple more satchels and get this wooden door off. Alright, and this is my neighbor. Like I said, he's right next to satellite, and this is the route I usually take. I run through here around that big base and go on my way to airfield. Try not to encounter too many people. I usually run into maybe one, person like a little deeper, but as you guys can see, I did break the metal door like I told you, killing myself on the way. I didn't know how many satchels it was going to take for this wooden door. I remember the metal door took 4, so I was like, as long as it's less than 4, I brought 3 with me just in case. And as you can see right here, I didn't realize, or I remember that since these satchels are made out of the beam cannons, they're not super reliable. So I think one of them blew up, and then the second one didn't blow up. As you guys can see, I'm jumping around like all jittery, super nervous. One of them didn't blow up, so I ended up setting that one as well. And then I figured once this one blew up, I was going to be home free. But this man had another door, so I went ahead and put a satchel, my last satchel that I brought, on that one. I made sure it blew up, and then I told myself that I was going to, see how much damage the door was going to do, and then just blast my way through with the shotgun, right? Because like I told you guys in my first raid, I didn't know how much the shotgun was going to do, but when I shot the door, I was like, yo, that's going to take forever. It's going to take me so many shots. I don't even know if I have that many shotgun shells, and it's making so much noise. I was already nervous, jittery, thinking somebody's gonna run up on me. Right now it was only like 50 people on the server, but to me that's a lot. So I'm like, oh shit, somebody's gonna hear me. So I'm like, let me just go back and get some, like, some tools, some swords, something like that to knock it down. And as you guys can see, somebody already running over here. I killed him instantly because I've learned not to trust nakeds. The last naked I think I tried to trust and I tried to talk to, the man ran up on me and tried to shoot me with a Damioka. So after that, he missed, luckily, because he got right up on me. Luckily, he missed, and then I blasted his ass away. That was the last time I trust the naked. Every naked I see from this point on, I shoot first, ask questions later, because I've already learned the hard way. You cannot trust anybody on this game. But I ended up going back, getting a couple tools, and then breaking the door down with some swords. All right, here we are. I'm peeking, making sure nobody's running up on me. That guy might come back, making sure he doesn't try to come back and interrupt me. I finally get in, checking for traps. I get in, no traps, lucky for me, and all his boxes are unlocked. So as you can see, I was like, let's go. My first jackhammer ever. He had a couple swords, like nothing too crazy. It didn't get really good until I bust open the TC. When I was in here, I realized, I was like, damn, he got a lot of stuff in here. I'll take as much as I can, but I bet you he's got a decent amount of stuff in the TC because he's had a lot of upkeep. And I've been on for the last 2 days, and I didn't see any activity from his base for a while. So I was like, I feel like he's got a lot of stuff in his TC because the man hasn't been online. His base has been fine, though, hasn't been decaying. So what I was going to do was try to destroy the TC, put a door on this base, and call it a wrap, and then get some fire arrows because I didn't have any more gunpowder to make any more satchels. So I decided on making fire arrows to come back to destroy the TC, and then I had a little encounter on my way back, which made me a little bit nervous. So I was going to completely take over the whole base and put a TC down and put some doors and just turn it into my own base. But I ended up changing my mind after I had my little encounter, and I realized that this area was a little bit active, a little more active than I wanted it to be. So I ended up just trying to throw a door on and going from there. I dropped everything off that I got, and I made my way back to the guy's base and started shooting fire arrows on top of the TC. My boy, I forgot his name. I think my boy's name was Zumbi, My boy Zombie. I don't really know this guy like that, but I did play a couple games with him. I met him in a Discord server. He was telling me about using fire arrows to destroy TCs because, as you guys can see in one of my older videos, I actually used a bunch of swords and spears to destroy a TC, and it took me forever. And I was telling him about it, about my video. He was like, bro, just make fire arrows. If you got enough resources, just make fire arrows. It's way better. And then he was telling me how to do it about shooting them on top. And then as you can see right here, I got a couple direct shots right on the GC. And then I was just pacing back and forth, making sure my little friend didn't come back with some more friends. You know, every time somebody runs up on me in this server, I assume they're gonna come back with more people or something, because I rarely ever run into people who are running by themselves like myself. Me and my neighbor here, who I'm raiding, he's a solo, I'm pretty sure, but I don't really encounter too many solos. Usually it's minimum 2 people, and if it's more than 2 people, the groups can get kind of big. So far, that group of 5 that's kind of close to me, that base I showed you guys earlier, that's the biggest base I've encountered so far. But right here, I heard that juicy broken sound, and as you can see, bada bing, bada boom, we hit the jackpot. This man has almost 600 scrap, a bunch of stone, wood, and when I tell you, it was so worth it at this point. I'm sitting up here panicking trying to get this metal, this high quality metal in my inventory. I'm like, oh, trade it for something. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know when I don't know if you guys know, but this is my first time raiding, so when I'm raiding somebody, I'm nervous as hell. I'm thinking at any moment, like, a full team of 3 or 4 is gonna run up on me while I'm, you know what I'm saying? I'm probably overthinking, but at the same time, I was just trying to make the most of this raid. Went out double barrel in hand just in case somebody ran up on me through the front door, and then after that I took my rifle and I headed all the way back successfully to the base, got all that good juicy loot, and then I came back for the rest of the stuff that's in those wooden barrels, and then that's when I ran into my little encounter. I'm pretty sure they ran into the base, because when I went back in the base, all the stuff was gone, and I killed one of them, and you guys will see they did ended up having some of the stuff that I remember seeing in the large wooden box. So on my way over, I saw the torch. I figured since these guys had a torch, that they probably didn't have that much of anything. Most likely, if they did have anything, it was probably going to be a lot of scrap, a lot of stuff that I could recycle with. And I knew for a fact that they probably went in this, because I mean, they probably ran by the base, saw the door was open, was like, oh my gosh, this is a decaying base, ran in. I mean, it's the same thing I do. I see a base is open like this, I run in, you know what I'm saying? I'm naked, I'm coming off, I don't have anything, I run straight in, see what I can get. So they probably grabbed the rest of the stuff that was in here. As you guys can see, it was nothing much in here, but I wanted that stuff because I felt that I work hard for that raid. I had to grind a lot of gunpowder for those satchels, and I was like, I am not letting these boys get away with my little mushrooms and whatever else was in there, because I worked hard for that damn raid, damn it. So what I did was, they were on their way to the little station up ahead to recycle. So I figured I would go ahead and seal off the space and come back later to grab the large boxes and whatnot. So that's what I ended up doing, and then I ended up hearing gunshots. I think they were trying to kill the scientist or something, but one of them died to the scientist, and I ended up catching the other one running away, like running for his life, and I ended up catching him and getting the stuff off of him. So once I raided him, I'm not gonna lie, I forgot about the other guy. I got way too excited, and I completely forgot about the second guy that was running with him. But I ended up grabbing the rest of this little loot and taking it back to the base. And yeah, I called it a successful night, and I got off after that, man. So I appreciate you guys coming through. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and peace out. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe below. Peace.